everybody, and welcome back to some more FTB NeoTech. Today, I want to try getting wireless power, at least mostly wireless, to the point where I'll be able to transfer it without fully direct connections. And we're going to be doing that with some integrated dynamics. Now, y'all might be wondering, why am I in the end? Well, two reasons. In the last video, I defeated the Ender Dragon with a freaking minigun. It was enjoyable. I'd recommend y'all check that out after this one. But the reason we took it on was actually for this purpose today, to be able to get this. And we need to be able to get to the other side of the end in order for us to actually be able to accomplish this. Now, you might be wondering, what's over there that we're gonna need? You're all gonna find out soon enough. So, I don't really like using the hover mode because it uses up a lot of steam needlessly for little movement, but I kind of need to get the exact angle. So, okay, now, just need to wait. There we go. We have reached the far lands. So, before anything else, I want to make sure I mark this point as home. That way, we can get back here when we need to. So, now all that remains is for us to... There it is. This is what I am looking for. Coarse fruit. Oh my... Oh, what? There's just giant things of glowstone. What am I looking at? Okay. It's kind of neat. Not what I'm here for, but it's neat nonetheless. Okay, so... I'm gonna try to grab myself one of these chorus flowers also, just in case I need to, like, grow more of this and I don't want to come back, so, you know, just to get that going. But, other than that, we can just chop the baby down. Yes. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna need a good bit of this, but that should actually be enough. We can head back now, but I kind of want to look around for a little bit because, like, it's just a giant wall here. What? It's just a mountain that drops off. Oh, it's not loading in. But yeah, no, that is an end ship. Where's the elytra? But there's supposed to be an elytra. Ah, there's the elytra. Okay, so they've kind of had it to come into these chests. That's neat. Okay, well, enough goofing around. I guess I can just go home now. Okay, but you are going to be annoying if left alone, if I ever need to come back here. So I'm going to take care of you right now. There we go. And I also got some shulker shells, just in case I need to, like, use something with it. So now that we do have ourselves our chorus fruit, we're going to save that for later. For right now, though, what we need to do is we need to get started on our basic integrated dynamics. The way we do that is actually very simple. We need a mineral tree, which fortunately, as I was away for a while, I did actually manage to find some of these. I think it was either in between this video and the last, or it was before that. All right, so now what we need to do is we just need to go ahead and plant these guys. They shouldn't be too big of trees, so that should be fine for right now. I don't actually have any bone meal. So do I actually have any bones in my inventory? No, I don't. Okay. So we're just going to have to leave those guys to grow for a little while. And for now, we can go ahead and then move on to some other things that we're going to need to start this mod off. And one of those things is going to be this thing called the drying basin. It's very easy to make. I just need black dye, which means I'm going to need to find some squids. Okay. Well, then before that, we can also go ahead and make this thing here called the squeezer, which will help us with a few things. I'm just going to be in need of iron. Hold it. I should have a crap ton of iron. There's my crap ton of iron. So then we can just go ahead. Okay, we do need some logs, or planks rather. That's fine. Mineral ones should work. So there we go. Now we have ourselves our little squeezer. And what the squeezer is gonna do is gonna be very special. So we can go ahead and slap this in the new room for right now. And after that, just need to go ahead and find myself some squids to extract their sacks. Alrighty, I grabbed the ink sacks, and now just throw these inside my maciator to make the black dye. And then we get ourselves our drying basin. There we go. Now, what this baby does is exactly what it says. It dries things, but what does that mean? Well, it can be used to make a few things. First and foremost, it can turn rotten flesh into leather. It could turn orange terracotta into normal terracotta because clearly the orange is just the color of wetness. But one of the most important things that it's able to do is it's able to turn resins into solid form, especially the mineral resin, which is something that we will be able to get, especially from this baby. I'm pretty sure that I can crush down either the logs or the planks, and we then get the resin. Yeah. Off of just one of those planks, we got ourselves a fourth of a bucket. I'm pretty sure that a whole log will get me a whole bucket. So now, what I need to do is I need to craft a redstone signal to be able to turn that back. I wanted that in my inventory. I want that in my inventory. But now we just need to put that there, and there we go. Now the rest of it's in there, and then we can just go ahead and repeat the process. This is very easily automated. By the way, it's like, it's not something that it's like, it can't do that, but wait a minute. Why is it not squishing? Wait, why not squish? Does it just stop after the first one? Like, can I not go until it's full? Well, crap. Well then, I guess let's just go ahead and see if we can hook up a fluid pipe to these things. I should be able to. Yeah, there we go. And then we want this one to go to out. And there we go. Now it's in. Ah, I was right. So, let's just go ahead and crush this last baby right here. And then it should be full now. So, after a little bit, this mineral resin should turn into crystalline mineral. There we go. And then we should be able to chunk that down into the little chunks, which is part of the whole process for everything here. All of these things involve these little mineral chunks. It's beautiful. But there is one more thing that we can use to get these things, aside from just using the planks and the resins themselves. And by now, it should be ready. That would, of course, be the mineral, which is not. Well, I mean, it grew, but what happened to the leaves? Wait a minute. Did my cart eat up the leaves? That can't be right, Rick. Oh my gosh, it did. Okay. I didn't want it to do that, but I guess with all these things kind of bleeding out, that was unavoidable. Huh. Well, yeah, we got some more saplings from that, so that's good. This thing actually also gets us these mineral berries, which are very useful for things. Hold it, wait. Oh, yeah. There was the fake chorus fruits for these, which I could have used for the things I needed the chorus fruit for, which means last video was not necessary. Well, it was still cool nonetheless. You know what? I'll take it. I mean, either way, it seems like other than that, these things aren't very useful for me. They can be used to make my fruit punch, but I mean, that's what I got melons for. So, yeah, not much use for them there. Oh well, what can you do? So, but what's really the kicker of these trees is, when we chop it down, some of those logs are going to have a very special thing that my cart is apparently picking up, but some of the special logs will actually hold in the crystallized mineral chunks in them. Yeah, I don't want this doing that because that's just gonna mess everything up. Either way though, now that we have ourselves these mineral chunks, we can actually use them to make these things called logic cables, which is part of the whole mod. This whole mod revolves around cables like these and cabling things. But what do these cables transfer? The answer to that question is yes. The integrated dynamics cables can be used to transfer items, fluid, and power. So my hope is that with the wireless thing that comes with this that will allow for transfer of items and fluids across all places, I'm hoping it actually works for power. I only found out about this as I was trying to look for possible solutions for wireless transfers of power, or at least extended distance transfers of power with minimal cables and stuff. And I only heard about the items and fluids. So I don't know if power actually works for certain. So this whole video may be entirely redundant. I hope you all will enjoy this risk with me. But for the moment, we can't actually use these cables for anything in particular. But we can still use these crystallized mineral chunks for other things. And one of those things is actually going to be a mechanical squeezer, which will be the upgraded form of our original squeezer, but this time using power. And it'll also actually give us other types of drops. I believe if I find the saplings, or not the saplings, the planks, they will also be able to get me chunks now, whereas before, they would only get me the resin. So, how do we make this thing, though? We need our squeezer, and we also need a diamond and obsidian. All things I can easily get. The thing of interest, though, is going to be these energy batteries, which can hold 1,000,000 RF. I don't know what that is in relation to EU, but it's fine. And these things aren't that expensive. All it needs is a block of redstone and 2 mineral, well, 2 mineral blocks, and then 6 mineral chunks. It's really not that expensive. Alrighty, I should have everything ready. So now I can go ahead, make myself the batteries, and then what? I grabbed it. Nope, no I didn't. I grabbed the drying basin. Gosh dang it. I grabbed the wrong thing. Why does that not surprise me? Either way, now we got ourselves our mechanical squeezer. Alrighty, so unfortunately, this thing does require power, so we'll need to connect it over to these stuff right here. We can go ahead and connect both of these to get myself uber powerful power going on in this thing. And I don't entirely know how much power this actually uses up per generation, so this is gonna be fun. Hopefully this should go well, since I did actually hook up all my other turbines in between episodes. 2 of them are still at LV, but I mean, so far it's done well, so this should be fine. So, we go ahead and plop our log in here. Nice. We got ourselves some good stuff. And the bucket thing is right over here, so that should be fine. So I believe this also auto puts to adjacent tanks. So let's see. Will this work? Very fastly, actually, yes. That is one thing that Integrated Dynamics does have over all other logistics mods. It has the fastest fluid transferring of any other mod. Items, I believe it's the 2nd fastest, but yeah, fluids go insane. So getting into this is going to be very, very useful. But there we go. And now we got ourselves even more of the shards. Beautiful. So, now that we've gotten this thing at the ready and all of our stuff able to get more consistently, we are ready to start stepping ourselves to the final product. What we're going to need to get to, though, is going to be this monodirectional connector. It's going to use up the cables, which we do have, but now we're going to need 2 new things, an output variable transformer and an input variable transformer. The only difference is, I believe that one uses a sticky piston and the other uses a regular piston. But other than that, it's just 2 crystallized mineral chunks and variable cards, which are used for the entirety of this mod. That is the inside of my head. For the entirety of this mod to be able to transfer things. And the best part is, you get a crap ton of them for just 1 recipe. So now all that's left is to just go ahead, make our input and our output. And there we go. Now with those 2 together, we can go ahead and make ourselves our monodirectional connector. So what does this thing do? This thing will connect to our cables and will allow us to connect to another monodirectional connector without directly connecting those cables together. So this must have been what we were looking for, right? I mean, come on, earlier I mentioned how I need the chorus. I didn't even use the chorus for this. And I'm also bringing it up, so yeah, no, this is not the end. So here's the thing about this. The monodirectional connector will only work over a short distance in a straight line. What I'm looking for is the omnidirectional connector, the next level after this. And what this baby will be able to do is very special. This baby will do the same thing, but without limit in distance or dimension. So if I need to go to another dimension and bring either items, fluids, or power, this is the way to go. Now, I'm gonna need to make another one of these omnidirectionals, which means I'm gonna need some more cables. That's not a problem. Let's go ahead and grab that. So there we go. Now all that remains is we're just going to need to make the actual connector for the omnis. The omnidirectional connector. I don't know why I said it like that. For that, we need these logic directors. This is where the chorus comes in. Now, this does also use a diamond, which fortunately for me, I can get a crap ton of diamonds now. But we need crystallized chorus, which is going to require either popped chorus or the proto chorus, which I completely forgot about. But, popped is just objectively better, so that'll be fine. So, all we need to do is throw our chorus fruit into here. I don't think I'll need chorus for anything else. Ooh, if I wanted that amulet... Well, I need Dragon's Breath, so... Yeah, I can't really get that right now, because I forgot to bring frickin' bottles for the dragon. But, now that we got these guys, we should just be able to go ahead, throw this all together, and the liquid chorus will go out into the drying basin, being able to make ourselves more of these. I believe I'm going to need one more for that to fill up, but that should be fine. So let's go ahead and throw that last one into there. And yes, it did. And then we just go ahead and leave the rest of this pop chorus fruit for later. This should be more than enough. And that'll probably take a bit to dry. And in fact, I don't even need that. So that's fine. So now by mixing all this together, now we have ourselves our logic directors. So we can go ahead, make our cables, and then make ourselves our omnidirectional connector. There we go. So I believe they should be innately connected to each other. I don't entirely know if they do, but it should be. So that should be fine. So now all that would remain is to test to see if this will actually work. So I am going to need some more of these cables. That's a given. But I'm also going to need to be able to actually hook up power into these. One does not simply connect power to this thing. No. We need something else very special to hook up to these things. The problem is that there are multiple of those special things, and I'm not sure which one is which. Okay, well, I am kind of stupid. It's obviously the energy one. The one that literally says it in the name. My brain don't work sometimes, but it's fine. So, we are going to need to go ahead and make ourselves another battery. That is not a huge issue, so we can go ahead and craft that. And then we get ourselves the energy interface. So, it's the energy interface right here that is going to actually allow us to extract power. So then after that, since those are the main parts and we're pulling it out of those, we're going to want the energy exporter. And then we could hook this up to wherever we want it to go. So now comes the moment of testing. If we go ahead and then plop ourselves our logic cable right there, or well, it's not really the cable, but it should be fine. And yeah, that says group 80. I think these are connected by the whole thing being there. That's good. So, if we go ahead, take our mechanical squeezer, and then bring it after the lag spike right over here. Oh, but this thing is still full of power. That won't work. Okay, I need to make another battery. Okay, I got the battery. So now, we need to connect our exporter right there, their cable here, and then our connected directional thing right there. And as you can see, power's not going in. This is expected, but it is unrelated, hopefully. Because what we need to do is we need to go into these, and then on the export energy, we go ahead and then throw in these variable cards. And there we go. Now it's all working. Okay, I actually expected to need to go ahead and put variable cards in these main logic cables as well. But yeah, no, I guess it makes sense that I wouldn't need to do that at all. That's great. Okay, and yeah, all that power is going out from both of these. So the thing does work for transfer of power, and we only need to use the cable parts on the tips of it. Okay, that's really good. So what I may end up doing then is I'm either going to have full cables of the integrated dynamics going into my technology from here on out, just because it's like just way superior to this crap, which can only hold so much. Rookie numbers, like what's a limit? What is a limit? It's nothing. It's a mindset. It's technology. There's no such thing as mindset. Therefore, no limits other than the mindset of those making the technology. So, oh crap, there's limits. Oh no. All jokes aside though, so what I'm gonna do with this then, why I wanted the wireless power is I want to try and either move this stuff into there or move something else over into here as well. Because I mean, I am wanting to get into chickens soon, and from what it's looking like, it looks like I'm gonna need some power for that, but I can't fit that in here, so yeah, we want that. Also, there's something else that I kind of want to do, which is in relation to my coal generation, but it actually looks like it's sorted itself out, so I may not need to do that. But that is all future plans. So, for right now, that is awesome. The technology works, man. It just works. We got ourselves our wireless tech, and we've almost generated 1 million FE. All right, and with a few more left, we've finally reached 1 million. Awesome. Like, look at that. The full battery. That is just sick, man. Oh my gosh, that is gonna be so much power. And I believe I can actually pick this up and it'll still be full. Yeah. Yes, it will. Okay. So now we just have 1 million FE just sitting around for something later. I suppose if I can't afford to make all the logic cables, I can just connect the normal cables from the other mods to that thing to be able to kind of connect it all over the place. That could be a good way to do it. Have this thing kind of act as an energy buffer. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. So, did you like this video? Good. Then be sure to check out our last NeoTech video where we made a freaking minigun. Bye-bye!